Switches, managed, unmanaged. In the hierarchy of a network, the switch is the local coordinator, while a router handles traffic between different networks. A switch is the host that connects all the devices within your building. It is a Layer 2 device, meaning it uses physical MAC addresses to ensure that data meant for a specific printer goes exactly to that printer, rather than being shouted at every computer in the room. When you are designing a network, you must make a critical choice between two very different types of hardware: unmanaged and managed switches. The plug-and-play simplicity, unmanaged switches. An unmanaged switch is the simplest form of networking hardware. It has no brain, no configuration interface, and no security settings. You simply plug it into the wall, plug in your computers, and it starts working immediately. It is a set-it-and-forget-it device. Internally, it maintains a MAC address table, automatically learning which device is plugged into which port. If a packet comes in for computer A, the switch looks at its table and sends the data out of port number 5. It is efficient, cheap, and perfect for a home office or a small break room where you just need to add a few extra Ethernet ports. However, from a cybersecurity perspective, an unmanaged switch is a black box. You cannot see the traffic, you cannot block a specific user, and you cannot stop someone from plugging in a rogue device. The administrative powerhouse, managed switches. A managed switch is a sophisticated computer in its own right. It has its own operating system, its own IP address, and a console port that allows a technician to log in and control every single aspect of the device. In a professional enterprise environment, managed switches are mandatory because they give you 3 critical capabilities that unmanaged switches lack. First, virtual LANs, VLANs, as we discussed previously. A managed switch allows you to carve up one physical device into multiple virtual networks. You can tell the switch that ports 1 through 10 are for the secure office, while ports 11 through 20 are for the unsecured guest Wi-Fi. This ensures that a guest in the lobby can never even see your private servers, even though they are plugged into the same switch. Second, quality of service, QoS. In a busy network, data can get backed up. A managed switch allows you to prioritize certain types of traffic. You can tell the switch that voice over IP phone calls are the most important if the network gets crowded. The switch will slow down a large file download to make sure the phone calls stay crystal clear and don't drop. Third, port security. This is the ultimate defensive tool. You can configure a managed switch to only allow a specific MAC address to use a specific port. If a hacker tries to unplug an office printer and plug in their own malicious laptop, the switch will notice the wrong hardware, instantly shut down that port, and send an alert to your syslog server. The middle ground, smart switches. Occasionally, you will encounter a smart switch, also known as a web-managed switch. These are a hybrid between the two. They offer a simple web-based screen to set up basic VLANs and QoS, but they lack the advanced command line power and deep security features of a true, enterprise-grade managed switch. They are often a cost-effective choice for medium-sized businesses that need some control but don't have a massive IT staff. Troubleshooting, the switching loop. One major danger when working with any switch, but especially unmanaged ones, is the switching loop. This happens when someone accidentally plugs both ends of an Ethernet cable into the same switch, or connects 2 switches together in a circle. Without protection, data packets will start circling that loop faster and faster, multiplying until they overwhelm the entire network in a broadcast storm. Managed switches use a protocol called Spanning Tree Protocol, or SDP, to detect these loops and automatically shut down the bad port before the network crashes. An unmanaged switch has no such protection and will simply go offline, taking the whole office with it. By mastering the granular control of a managed switch and understanding the protective power of port security and SDP, you will be prepared to build local networks that are both incredibly fast and highly resilient.